The glass slipped from my hand and shattered across the kitchen floor. The sound sliced through the hum of the evening like a gunshot. She didn't even flinch. She just stood there, leaning against the counter scrolling through her phone, her thumb pausing only long enough to say, "Don't make it weird, okay? It's just Ethan. Just Ethan." The man she used to cry over at 2 a.m., whose name she once whispered like a secret prayer. The one she said broke her so badly she could never love again until me. I crouched, picking up shards with trembling fingers. "You're inviting your ex to our housewarming party?" "It's not just mine," she said, brushing a loose strand of hair from her face. "He's part of the friend group. He and I are fine now. Don't make this about your insecurity." I wanted to say something sharp, something that would pierce the calm armor she wore so easily. But all I managed was, "Yeah, sure. I'll be cool." She smiled then, quick and satisfied, like she just won something I hadn't realized was a game. The night of the party came heavy with humidity and unease. The living room pulsed with soft jazz, laughter, and the scent of spilled wine and cheap perfume. Maya, my girlfriend, floated through the crowd like smoke, touching shoulders, laughing too brightly, her dress a deep emerald that caught the light every time she moved. I tried to focus on conversation, but every time someone mentioned Ethan's name, my pulse spiked. I hadn't met him yet, but I knew what I was looking for. Tall, confident, the kind of man who didn't have to try. When he finally arrived, I knew instantly. He walked in carrying a bottle of red. And when their eyes met across the room, I felt it. An invisible current, sharp and unmistakable. It wasn't the look of old friends reconnecting. It was recognition. Memory. Something that hadn't fully died. She crossed the room in seconds. The way she hugged him, both arms around his neck, lingering a second too long, burned itself into me. "Babe," she said, turning toward me with that practiced, careless smile. "This is Ethan." "Hey man," he said, extending his hand. His grip was firm, too firm. "She's told me a lot about you." "Yeah," I replied, holding his gaze. "She's told me a lot about you too." He smiled thin, knowing. And just like that, I hated him. Hours passed, laughter grew louder, and my patience thinned. Maya had that glow again, the one she'd had in our early days before things got complicated. She laughed harder when Ethan spoke, leaned in closer, brushed his sleeve as if by accident. When I caught her looking at him, something in me cracked quietly. I went to the kitchen, poured myself a drink, then another. From the hallway I heard her laugh, low, intimate, familiar. It was the laugh she used to reserve for me. I stepped out and saw them on the balcony. His hand rested lightly on her waist as she whispered something that made him grin. The world blurred for a moment, like I was watching through water. She turned, caught me watching, and froze. Then she smiled, polite, dismissive, as if I were some stranger interrupting a private joke. I went outside, forcing my voice calm. "Can I talk to you for a second?" Ethan looked between us, smirked, and said, "I'll grab another drink." When he was gone, she exhaled sharply. "What's your problem?" "My problem," I said. "You're practically wrapped around your ex in front of everyone. You're imagining things." I laughed, short and bitter. "No, Maya. I'm seeing things." She crossed her arms. "You said you'd be cool. And you said he was just Ethan." Her eyes narrowed. "You always do this. You twist everything. Maybe you're not as secure as you pretend to be." The words hit harder than I wanted to admit. Because she was right, some part of me had always feared this. That no matter what I gave her, I'd never be enough to erase him. She brushed past me, her voice cold. "Don't ruin tonight. We'll talk tomorrow." Tomorrow never came. At least not the way I thought it would. The next morning, the house was quiet, littered with empty bottles and half-eaten food. Maya's purse was gone. Her phone charger too. I called her straight to voicemail. I tried again. Nothing. By evening, a message finally came. "I'm staying at a friend's for a few days. We need space. Please don't text." But I did. I texted. I called. I begged for some explanation. Silence. Until one night, scrolling through Instagram, I saw it. Her story. A video, shaky but unmistakable. Maya laughing at a restaurant, candlelight flickering across her face. Then Ethan's voice behind the camera, teasing, soft. The screen froze on her smile, and I swear for a second she looked free. That's when the truth landed. Not like a blow, but like slow poison. She hadn't chosen him over me in a single moment. She'd been leaving me piece by piece. Every time she said I was imagining things, every time she smiled at him like I didn't exist. And I'd let her, because I wanted to believe that love could outlast ghosts. Weeks later, she came back. "Can we talk?" she asked, standing in the doorway, eyes red-rimmed but steady. I didn't answer. She stepped inside, fingers fidgeting with the hem of her sweater. "I didn't plan for it to happen," she said. "It just did." I almost laughed. "That's convenient." Her eyes filled. "I thought I was over him. I thought you were what I needed. And now?" She hesitated. "Now I don't know." The silence between us stretched, heavy and final. I walked her to the door. "You once told me Ethan broke you," I said quietly. "Maybe I was just the glue. And now that you're whole again, you don't need me." Her tears fell, but I didn't reach for her. She whispered, "I'm sorry." I nodded. "So am I." The door clicked shut behind her, and for the first time in months the house was truly still. Outside, rain began to fall, washing the last traces of the party from the porch. Inside, I finally understood. Sometimes betrayal isn't a single act. It's a slow forgetting, the quiet unraveling of love while you're still standing there, trying to hold it together.